So, whatever this is. Muddy Dagger Chain Gloves. After a while, why would I want chain
Boy,
gloves?
now I wish I had packed a
I'm
lunch.
sure it's a fine armor piece, but when you have a chance to get things like Stone of the Cobra, I'm not sure why anyone would take chain gloves. Right. So, Trapfield Dungeon, I guess. Oh, now I get it. Okay. I was a bit confused initially what the hell is happening, because what's triggering the fireballs? There's a trigger plate there, and there are some cockroaches who have been killed there, so they're continually pressing the button down, forcing the trap to fire and fire and fire. I wonder if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, naturally it's bad since the blasted trap keeps firing continually, but it's still a button. Never know what happens when buttons are pressed. Oh fuck. Right, it looks to me that there's another trigger here. There's an area where there's no moss, basically. Everywhere in the areas there's moss, but suddenly no moss. Can't actually do anything with this. Like it's just a visual thing. Not sure if the cockroaches can actually trigger anything because they didn't trigger anything there. Right. It requires a... Why did I take so much damage? Now it's pressed. Okay, I don't get where the damage is coming from because I don't see any fireballs being shot. Probably should be careful with those. It seems like either something else is going on which I don't understand, or they're sort of bugged out. So you might not get damage exactly where the blasted thing hits you or misses you, just randomly taking damage. Mandrake root. It's a combination ingredient, I guess. Meaning I don't give a shit about it. Not hauling those.
Been annihilated.
okay?
Ha! Not exactly stalwart
Accidentally
fighters.
clicked on the wall. It did look as sort of odd, so not exactly accidentally, but I didn't mean to do it. I've seen similar walls all over the place and they do nothing. What the actual fuck? Okay, I can't push the button again. So I'm guessing whatever it did, it's done. No turning back. Clicking every wall just to be sure. Right. Didn't seem like there's all that much interesting stuff going on there. But light is fairly crucial to spot the interesting parts. Vortex Boil. When a magic using enemy comes in contact with a primed vortex foil, the victim will be sapped of 10% of its current mana, after which it can be picked up by the attuned user and eaten. The user will then gain the amount of mana stolen. What a load of shit. Incredibly cumbersome to use, and you get 10%.
Not exactly stalwart fighters.
Have to be very desperate for magic. Like, extremely desperate. Maybe if you insist on just using magic on everything. That's suspicious as all hell. We had mana foil. Shimmer foil. What is shimmer foil? To use, okay. Place on the floor to use, a faintly glowing mixture. Use, place this item on the ground. When a creature passes near it, the shimmer foil explodes and creates a greater light source at that location. There appears to be bright glow. Okay, so it's basically when someone walks on it, it creates light. What the fuck is that useful for? Bullshit. I thought the mine was sort of a worthless thing, but that's much worse. So there's a random lock in the wall here. I think it's even marked in any way. I'm not sure what it would do, because there doesn't appear to be a door here. So what does it unlock? Can't bash anything, can't try to pick the lock. there's an explosive. I suppose we could try that. No success. We have a flash pod trigger. Mind cluster. When eaten, the hallucinogenic properties of this mixture reveal the entire area for miles around the user. Look at your map quickly, the effects are short-lived. So this is not really useful to use now. This is useful to use when you explored all the map and you're still sort of want to make sure that you've gotten everything. So use some mind cluster to see where the secrets are. This seems like an incredibly useful thing to have. I think I'll dump the iron shield for it. That's an item we could basically use in a way that we just load after use, so we can take advantage of the same item. Oh, you can create them through Gorgonite nodules and Rainbow Sulfide. Haven't seen the sulfide. Nodules are fairly easy to find. They're in the probably in some shops and in the volcano world. Not a good place to kill that cock crow. Another new item. Mana pod. If timed properly, use of a mana pod can be excellent for launching an overwhelming battery of spell attacks at an unsuspecting opponent. This item causes mana to regenerate at a very rapid rate for a limited time, and that seems useful. Not sure if we have inventory space to really take it though. We sort of do. We have a lot of this dragon meat horse crap. We also have rocks, which are nice, I guess. Not sure I want to have 12 of them in the inventory though. Other new item. Stone of Gorgon. When successfully striking a susceptible opponent, this stone temporarily petrifies your target on contact. When held, this... I'm not interested. I think in the description for the dragon, for example, there was clearly mentioned that she's immune to petrification. So I think it's only works on opponents you don't really even care about if you petrify them or not, making it totally worthless. That's my impression of the item. This I'm already having a little bit of problem with inventory space. I'm not looking forward to getting new ones. There's already a cockroach there.
Ha! Not exactly stalwart fighters.
No, not exactly. Right, I think I'm basically taking damage in a weird way. There's nothing shooting fireballs there, but the moment I moved over it, I took a damage from it like I was hit by a fireball. So I think there's an issue with already pre-triggered traps. If you go over them, you're just gonna take the damage directly from it. Looks like it's death. Trigger. Something new again. Gummy pod temporarily makes the user's feet sticky and therefore unaffected by slippery terrain, ice, and knockback impact attacks. I suppose this could be useful, but since I can't think of a location yet where this would have been useful, I'm just gonna ignore it. Why is there a pink thingamajig here? It's been basically a button indicator so far. I don't see anything that would resemble a button. There's the ceiling is a bit odd, I guess, but nothing substantially weird about it. I'll put a question mark marker there. There is no button here, but that's a mark of a button on the map. Okay. Another new item. Life leech. To be used, this item it's a mine. Leeches 10% of hit points. You can pick it up to gain 10% hit points. Totally going to ignore that. Don't see how it could possibly be of any real use. I suppose if it's from the maximum, so you could basically have 10 of those in order to... Okay. What the fuck? Lesser heal suddenly. Did not notice that at all visually. Just the cursor changing. To be fair, it's a totally worthless item. But if you were to be a fighter focused, this might be your only chance, or one of the few chances you get to have a healing spell at all. You have to keep remembering that I got my heal free I joined the Clerics Guild, and I think I found one extra light heal or lesser heal. And I don't recall where, but this is another one. And bashing is a fighter option. I don't think any other class could have gotten that. At least it's a possibility it works like that. So it's not really useful or interesting for us, but for a much more limited guild selection, yes, it could be. What? Hole changed its place. Now there's a hole under us. How the hell does that work? Interesting. Illusionary walls. I'm not particularly worried about the walls, I'm more worried about the floors. This is another interactable wall here. As is this. This is not.
Think you're pretty tough, don't you?
Lesser blades.
The law requires that I warn you. My body is a trained and deadly weapon.
Yeah, sure it is. I wonder if this is basically, no matter which button you press, it produces the same sound effect and moves the wall from here to there. Or did this move another wall that I can't see? Because they're all one-way buttons. Can't move things back and forth. There might be a thing that you could maybe do things you otherwise can't if you manage to get through this without pressing these buttons. Sometimes less is more, but that requires quite a lot of testing on my part. Surprisingly few traps here. What the fuck happened? I didn't move. Shit. Is it a teleportation trap, basically? There's something preventing us from moving. It seems to be on the floor, because I can just jump over it, whatever it is. Or makes it worthless. Illusionary walls again. Mana Mask. When eaten, this item will begin to drain the user of mana at the rate of 1 point per second. While there is still mana to be drained, the user will be seen as a friendly creature who see or sense him. In the wild, this effect will make the user appear to animals as one of their own. Any offensive action by the user negates the effect of the Mana Mask. After ingesting this shape-shifting oddity, a pollen-like dust is produced from the skin. Moments later, the dust spreads out into the surrounding area, filling the air with small invisible particles. I have to take this. This is one of those things that might be totally worthless or very, very useful. Okay, I think I'll dump the sword. Although I'm not too keen on the rat meat like that. Because you're like, if you can just easily fight through everything, there's no use for this. You have to sort of have a timer on your hands, or maybe get through a tough fighting situation that's not mandatory. Mana Mask should allow us to do that. So it's one of those things, maybe worthless, maybe extremely useful. I think it's worth holding on to for the moment. Something familiar this time. Maybe a death sack. What is this? Mana cluster. No, this is a mind cluster, not the same. But clearly I've had the item. Once empowered with this item, the next non-magic ancient magic spell you cast has no cost. Yeah, I don't give a crap. It's not like it's bad, it's just not particularly good. What is that? There's a head there. Ooh, I can't interact with it. It's a switch to trigger the spell. That's it. Why even have a switch? That is odd. It's very odd and suspicious. But it's a switch. I pressed it twice, I guess. Why did I press it twice? Want to leave it at a different position. Maybe it'll do something useful somewhere else. clearly go there through some means. Okay. Marker, there's a block wall here. We can get to the other side just by walking around, so we want to make a marker of it.
Oh yeah?
More switches. Try to press them at an uneven amount. Or maybe you need to get all of the switches to the same position. Or they're just switches. And it doesn't really matter. What is this? Casting one ancient magic spell with no cost, that's not actually all that bad. 40 aloe veras, 20 has to go. They're not valuable and I'm not really using them, so...
Why don't you just go ahead and kill yourself? It would save me a lot of time, and I'm in sort of a hurry.
Poor Mandrake.
Oh, so that's the way it's going to be, huh?
That's the way it's gonna be. Right. Here we should have the wall, right? And now it's no longer blocking it. Flint. To me, it sort of seems like they want to give you an easy access to the lower levels again, or faster access. I don't really have any other reason why that last door exists. That would indicate that you are given a reason to go back down.
I will seek a hand weapon for your use.
You'll do that.
I will seek a hand weapon for your use.
You keep saying that. Yet I see no weapons.
Don't mess with me, you little creep. Taste steel.
Old friends. Really powerful though.
Nice.
All you get is cash. Right. That's a typical trap that was triggered by someone else. I took the damage the moment I crossed it, even though there was no visual indication of any kind of attack.
Time for me to dole out some justice. Taste steel.
Victory is ours.
Just be taking damage when I go over this. No. Holy shit, I'm dead. I'm pretty sure I wasn't really hit that badly, so where the hell did all the damage come from? Recall this, we'll see this place from the lower level. Three buttons and a pile of cash. Three buttons which seem to do nothing. Which is very likely not what they're doing. Could this be the reason why they're offering us a quicker path to lower sections? But there was basically only one thing of interest, a lock. And it seems to require a key, so I'm not sure. It was also not particularly clear what it would even open, so I don't see how these three colored buttons are connected in any way. I also haven't gotten any kind of clues about anything. I suppose there are colored lights, but how the hell, how would they be tied to these? I mean, I'm fully admitting that there's a possibility of a connection. What I'm not seeing is a clear connection. There are colored lights all over the place. Hell, my lights are multicolored. I'd like something a little bit more concrete than that. That's a recipe for wasting hours running around just checking the vague possibilities.
Not exactly stalwart fighters.
Fireballing rats means you're a better thief. Soul meat. What the hell is soul meat? Soul meat cures all forms of poison and heals all damage. Well, that's put it in a fairly nice way. We're going to have to dump something again. I think I'll just dump 3 pieces of dragon meat. I'm sure it has some value. I don't think it'll has that much value. Lesser light. Another path down, but why would you go there? Where exactly does this go though? Not here. Just wanted to make sure I'm not misreading anything. Yeah, I don't get it. There's a lock you can't really do anything about. There are 3 weird colored crystals that seemingly don't do anything. Also, there hasn't really been a location where you could try to do something with them. Right, that's where the lock was. There's certainly been at least something on these levels I can't actually access. Those were the 3 buttons. I think we came from there. And we were moving... Okay, there's a button there we missed. Haven't really been in this section of the map. The thing is, I'm not sure if I can get there either. The map isn't exactly all that easy to read at times. So there's definitely potential there to get some secrets, but we would have to... figure something out. Not exactly sure how realistic our chances are just to stumble upon the answer.
Annihilated.
But I went through this, okay. Did. Just a dead end. Um. I'll make a separate save here, just in case I'll come up with ideas later. Or if we can't come back here again. Might be worth testing out, even if I do it on my own time. But I don't want to stay here messing with it now, because I don't have any ideas. Where the hell is that button? There's another button here. It's there somewhere. Well, the wall looks slightly odd in this location. Like there's a thin slice there that doesn't really belong. Could be nothing, but it's fairly close to this location. I think there's not unreasonable to just see if anything changes here. With 3 colors, there aren't that many options. We can cycle through all of them quite quickly. Right. Honestly, I'm not really expecting much out of this, but who knows. More or less, we would need to find a key. That would be my guess. Be not here, but somewhere. That all the options already? I think pretty much, yeah, there aren't that many. They were all on when we came here, so I'll leave them all off for now. Maybe only green, if I tried that, or only red. I don't recall. I'll try both. Not exactly a huge waste of time. Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna change. You need something concrete to try. Something that maybe I missed. Certainly a possibility. Problem is, I don't see any quick way to try out any of the more desperate measures, so it would take a lot of time to go through all the maze again from start to finish with different combinations. I don't think I have enough of a shit to give about that. Okay, let's see, what would it be? At most it would be some sort of an item like the staff we found in the volcano world. That sort of stuff. It can't be mission critical stuff. It's not a mirror shard. So whether we find it or not, it's irrelevant. More about curiosity thing. I would like to know if there's something there to find and what it would be. Oh, exit. Cavern, right. I recall this. And we can't actually enter it through this. So we'll have to go to Oracle Cave to get the entrance there. In fact, we need to do a couple of things. First and foremost is access to the what the hell was it? Volcano World still a thing or not? That is actually important. I also want to visit Oracle Caves again. Basically see if something has changed there. After that, whether things have changed or not, we will have to go to this city. We've completed an entire world at this point. There has to be a chance to talk to people. I think Jekyll said something about they're making changes to the caves or anything. I want to see if something is actually happening here or not. It should be a fairly straightforward place. Don't really intend to fight or anything. Just take a look if anything's changed. Orcs are gone. We have a spider bro or two here.
Ha! Not exactly stalwart fighters.
Shocking.
Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to kill you. Nothing going on here. Take a look at the fire lake thingy here. There's a weird wall. Yeah, this. Alright, not that I can see. I'm somewhat interested in knowing one other thing. Can we enter the maze again? I don't think I'll go back there no matter what, but I might try to figure out what the hell do the lights do. Is there a chance to open the lock? Even if the access is denied now. Actually, if it's not denied, we can try it later. Assuming we get ideas. Apparently it's not looking all that rosy. I'd at least have to get a key I don't know where to use. Alternatively, some sort of a three-part color code. So I can mainly try it again after I've completed another world, maybe. Don't exactly have high hopes for being able to read. So I'm going to more or less just check, can I still go to the volcano world? And I'll head toward the the city. I'll probably do some selling now. Then next time we'll see if we can... Well, we might as well see now. Is there a chance to get into the castle? But I do want to sell items first. That's something I have to do no matter what. Already have to dump the healing scrolls so far, even though they are okay value items.
Annihilated.
Didn't take long to spawn. Sort of weird that we take so little damage no matter who we fight. It's like you're really playing on the easy mode as far as monster damage is concerned. Traps weren't that bad. They did a decent amount of damage. Monsters, they've been pathetic so far. Hard to say anything about the dragon. We just dodged all of its attack. So it's probably, at least partially, because I'm mostly using the bow. It's not super effective either, it just allows me to dodge any damage. Is still there. That makes things a little bit easier, I guess.
Why don't you just go ahead and kill yourself? It would save me a lot of time, and I'm in sort of a hurry.
I'm not really though. Okay, we'll visit the guild, sell as much scrap as we can. We're starting to be in a position where we don't have that many pointless inventory slots anymore. Might be able to get rid of a few items, like maybe the remaining aloe, some of the food items, that sort of stuff. I think I have something like 60 food items constantly now in the inventory, and while that's not exactly a horrible thing, it's probably not necessary either.
You are Copper.
Yes, I am. And who are you? Are you from one of the portal worlds?
I am Rin, and I am a member of the Talamari of Gladstone.
Oh, excuse me.
There is no excuse for you.
Clearly something has happened here, because they are offering additional interactions.
Copper, nice it is to see you.
I'm glad to be back. I went inside the portal.
Brave you are, Copper. Going inside portal. And inside you find?
It was a volcano world. A whole abandoned city of dragons.
Amazing, you say?
One dragon was still left, and I had to fight her to get the piece of the mirror. But I don't think I killed her.
Good. Finch no like kilting.
Gotta go. See you later.
Careful you should be, Copper. Brother Copper, you are well going?
I am alive at least. Say, Boris, isn't there some other quest I can perform for the guild? I'd like to advance and improve my skills if I could.
You need practice Finch more.
Wait, wait, wait. Could I rise in rank now? Seems to that discussion seemed to indicate that yes, that's a possibility, but my level is too low to advance. So should I farm levels at this point? Mainly I'm thinking it yes, because the entire point of doing this is to get through the guild content. And now it seems like a new stage of the guild content has become available because I completed a planar world. I can't access it, but I don't know how many levels should I raise. The Fighter's Guild is probably the place to do it. Be quick, and I certainly have the funds for it. Fighting is also so easy that I don't see how I could possibly fail at doing it. Oh, what will he buy? Oh, Dragon Maid. 65.
You wish to sell?
It's a
Can we
decent amount of
divide?
coin, but nothing special. That's pretty much it. I think I'll get more money if I sell the rest somewhere else. Fairly disappointing.
Gotta go. See you later.
Careful.
Wonder if the other guilds say the same thing, like advancement is a possibility or you need to train. Yeah, we're definitely training at that point. One might be a accident of some sort, a coincidence. Everything saying the same thing? No.
Copper, I just talked to Samuel. You have many friends in the keep.
More enemies, I'll bet. There seems to be no lack of concern about a mixed breed so close to the throne of Gladstone.
Oh, piddle. Lord Jaren and your stepmother do not compose the kingdom by themselves.
I'll mention what with her.
Do you want to sell that?
I'd like to, yes, please.
Do you want to sell that?
I'd like to, yes, please.
800 for the staff. Not gonna sell it, at least not yet. I don't think I really. The ivory chip. Unlikely to ever use again.
Do you want to sell that?
I'd like to, yes, please.
Also, this is fighter stuff and some of thieves' skill stuff. Wizard is one level lower than cleric. Wonder if that
I'll
makes.
see you later, Sinead.
Be careful, Copper. I heard you went inside one of those portals.
I had to. My soul's in one of those other worlds.
What was it like?
Nothing special, just a normal volcano sort of world. Some lava and a few dragons.
You're so casual about all this.
Just keeping up appearances. You know, cool outside, total chaos inside. I'll see you later, Sinead.
Be careful, Copper.
So, what are your plans for the future? Assuming there'll be one.
Oh, I don't know. I'd always hoped to be a game crafter. You know, Skittles, Jump the Hoop, games like that. Only new. I've always thought there was a great game to be developed with a big pile of mud and a bunch of farm animals. I don't know. Sounds like a lot of fun to me, though.
I'll see you later, Sinead.
Be careful, Copper.
So, what are your plans for the future? Assuming there'll be one.
Oh, I don't know. I'd always hoped to be a game crafter.
Right. Nothing special seems to be going on the Mage's Guild. Mage's Guild is the least developed though.
Welcome to the Talamari Library. You may
Lord.
choose
Trinity.
Thank you for
spending a penny here. Just want to get rid of extra crap and get money. That's how training works. That way I don't have to give a shit about how much the training actually costs and if we succeed or fail while doing it.
So, any new tasks for me to do in this guild?
Well, you're good. But not that good yet. Chisara says you gotta practice on your skills some more.
Okay, I'll practice more.
Yeah, skills some more. That's it. That's all the crap I can sell to him. I don't think we're at levels where we can really pick-lock the containers in the other section of the city. At least not yet. But if we would level up a few levels, then that would change. I could at least open some of them myself. More importantly, the familiar would probably get the ability to do it. Not sure how much higher his abilities are, but I'm not sure if there's any point in really guessing either. It'll be higher though. That's what we know. I do seem to recall that there were a lot of need to be at least level 7 to be starting to picking some of the locks. There were some that were clearly above level 10, but quite a few in the 7, 8, 9 range. Yeah, I don't think I want to fight here unnecessarily. I get so little experience out of that kind of fighting, so it's not really all that useful. Not a good way to spend my time.
How are you doing, Jaden? Everything okay?
Far as I know. Why? What's up?
I'd get ready for some strange stuff if I was you, Jaden. There's some odd things happening with the portals, and I think it's likely to get worse before it gets better.
Thanks for the warning, Copper. Lena will set up a camp for the people down here if need be.
Well, I think there will be a need, and soon. I'd appreciate your passing this warning on to Lena, and any of our other friends you can find.
I'll spread the word.
Watch out, Jaden. It's gonna get rough out there.
Well, ain't you the blackbird of unhappiness?
Really? Watch out for yourself. I have a hunch a whole lot of monsters from other dimensions are gonna start leaking into our world any minute now. There's some strange portals opening up in the woods, and you can bet on there being big trouble for Gladstone on the horizon.
If you say so. I ain't seen nothing.
Just get ready, and don't say I didn't warn you.
Hello?
Hello. How's business?
Bit better now. We got more things to sell.
It's always that way in a shop, isn't it? It's always better if you've got something to sell.
That's all well and good, but don't let it stop you from buying. I ain't worried about running out of stock. Go ahead and buy everything if you want.
Thank you. I'll consider that offer.
Sure, we'll buy that. Sure, we'll buy that. Sure, we'll buy that.
Alright, I don't think I want to sell the other stuff. That'll give me 3,000 silver crowns. Do I need to buy anything? I mean, there would be a lot of useful stuff I could buy, but do I need to buy? Especially if I plan on doing some training, I don't think so. What we really need is our shields. good are our shields now? Less than 50% used for the most expensive shield, not bad. And if I do recall correctly, and I'm not quite sure I do, you do get a once you've completed the training challenge or a gauntlet fight or a simulation fight, what the hell they were called, you get full health and mana, I think. So as long as you can fight it once at the hardest difficulty, you can fight it as many times as you want, quickly, in a row. And each fight should be better than pretty much any fight, maybe excluding the dragon fight. But the dragon fight was long, so it's not exactly... This would be still much better. I want to test one more thing. We actually might do it before any sort of training anyway. Can I get to the keep? Regardless of that, we'll train, but if I can get to the keep, I'll leave things there. Might not have to do that much training if we can get a little bit of an XP boost by actually moving the plot forward. Yes, we can. So yeah, I'll leave things here. We'll go check what's going on in the castle.